What's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into my favorite glowy products for summer. So y'all know me, I can't ever do anything in moderation, so there's quite a bit of products to talk about. So let's get into it, girl, because y'all know we're gonna be here at least 30 minutes with all this stuff and as much as I talk. Okay, let's get started. So I'm gonna start off with the primerish type things, because all of these aren't primers. Actually, all of the ones that are glowy are like serum type primers. So I have the Natasha Denona, what is this, Hygiene Skin Glass Energizing and Hydrating Priming Serum. I really like this for the summertime. It gives you that definite glow from within, even with the foundation on top, which I was surprised about, because I felt like once I put on like a full coverage or a medium to full coverage foundation that it wouldn't glow through, but it glowed through. It looked nice on the skin. My skin did feel hydrated, and I was really impressed by this product. So it's going to be one of my go-to glowy summer things. And now that I'm finally filming this video, after I let this sit here for a week, I can take them home, which is the most exciting part about this to me. Next, I have my, of course, Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum. I have the one in the shade Juice Boost, the deepest one she has. Again, this looks lovely with her foundation. This looks lovely with other foundations. This is just a gorgeous product to add to the skin to give that extra glow from within. I feel like I have that glow from within now, even though I don't have on either one of these primers, oddly enough. But yeah, this is a gorgeous product. It looks great on the skin, and again, it looks good with all products. It doesn't have to necessarily go with her foundation for it to make your skin look glowy and amazing. The last one I have to talk about is something that I didn't like when I first got it and tried it, but once I found a way to use it, I liked it. I like to put this on the high points of my face. It's like to highlight my face. I don't use this as necessarily a primer, but I use it to highlight where I'm going to highlight my face. So I guess it's a primer before I put on my powder highlighter, so that's why I went ahead and put it here, because it doesn't really give too much any type of coverage, so I didn't know where else to put it. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have the shade Deep 6.5. I think this is the same one too that Fancy Face uses, which I always find it interesting when she can use the same shades that I can, when, you know, I feel like she's lighter than I am. But, you know, I really like this for what I just told you I like it for. I tried it all over the face when I originally got it, and that's what made me not like it. But when you just put it in certain places to accent and highlight, I feel like it looks better. I also put this in the places where I conceal down like the middle of my face, along with the places I highlight on the cheekbones, and that's what I use that product for. And it looks great and glowy. So I'm gonna start off with my drugstore foundations, because I don't have that many. Then I'll go into my honorable mentions, and then I'll go into my high-end and luxury ones I have, because I have quite a few, as we all know. Next, I have the L'Oreal Infallible, sorry, I don't know who this is, L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear up to 24-hour foundation. I wear the shade 515 Deep Copper. This is what it looks like. I love the my phone's over here with me. Anyway, my phone vibrated. I love this foundation. I know Desi Perkins really loves it, and this is one of her go-to drugstore foundations. This is one of my go-to drugstore foundations as well, but I have a couple that I use just a little bit more than this one, but that doesn't make it any less of a wonderful foundation. And I definitely think it's something you should pick up if you're at the drugstore. You can get it at a great deal at CVS if you got coupons and the right, you know, stuff going on. Next, I have the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation, Hyaluronic Acid Long Wear. I wear the shade 92 Warm Spices. The disappointing part about this product is they are no longer sold at Ulta. So they still sell Catrice at Ulta, but I mean, sorry, they still sell Essence at Ulta, which is the sister brand to Catrice, but they don't sell Catrice anymore, so you'd have to go to their website to get this foundation. But it is definitely worth it. I'm telling y'all, this foundation is amazing. Like, it's just as good as the L'Oreal Infallible I just showed you. I actually like this better than that. I feel like this looks more skin-like than that. And I absolutely love this foundation. Like, it's your skin, but better. And then you I like to put the JCat foundation powder on top of it that's waterproof, and it just looks stunning together. Like, this is a match made in heaven. I absolutely love this stuff, and it gives just most gorgeous glowy your skin but better feel with a decent medium to full coverage. And if you put on concealer, you can, you know, build up the coverage as needed. That's what I do with it. The next one I have is Born to Glow by NYX. I don't really buy that many NYX products, but when I do find a gem, I make sure I use it. I have the shade Sienna in this one. I absolutely love this product. I have the matching concealer as well that'll be in here, but unfortunately that's been discontinued, so I don't think you can get it anymore, or at least you can't get it on Ulta's website. They might still have it on their website. The Born to Glow line and the Skin Glass line is like the best complexion from them in my personal opinion. But, you know, this stuff is amazing. It's only $10 too, which makes it an affordable, wonderful deal considering, you know, like the drugstore's been going up as well. But they managed to get this at a reasonable price, because I've seen some of the prices of their other things, and I'm like, girl, did you forget you are in the drugstore? But yeah, so that's an amazing foundation, and I am here for it. Now we're gonna get into my honorable mentions. So these are foundations that have skincare in them, and I don't feel like the skincare benefits make my skin look the best. I feel like they make it look kind of textured, if you will. So I'm gonna start off with the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. Now if you don't have issues with texture like I do, then this will be a great foundation for you. It gives a nice dewy, your skin but better feel to it. I wear the shade Deep Warm 370. It's deep with golden undertones, if anyone was curious. It's not I hate this product, it's just I have so many your skin but better foundations now, since that's what's popular right now, that look better on the skin than this. That's why it's an honorable mention. It's not that it's bad, it's just when you have other things that you like better, you tend to reach for those more. So that's why this isn't like a staple for me. But I didn't want to say that it's horrible, because it's not horrible, it's just not as good as the other things. But since it came out this year, I wanted to accent it and highlight it. Same with the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I wear the shade Macau. I wear the shade Macau in every NARS foundation. My only issue with this is it doesn't give enough coverage, for my personal opinion. So I always mix it with the soft matte foundation they came out with, I think, in 2021. And that's how I use this personally. But you know, this is a great foundation on its own, and if you like light to medium coverage, because I don't feel like it builds higher than medium, then this would be a good foundation for you. It has nice skincare benefits. It does get the light reflecting on the skin, but I just have one I like better that I'll show you after this, which is why this is an honorable mention. Now the one I like after this, I feel like you should already know what it is. It's my Very Valentino Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 26 Light Lasting Perfecting Foundation. And y'all know the funny thing is I wasn't even going to get this. I wear the shade DN2, so that's Dark Neutral 2. And this stuff is absolutely amazing. Like, I love the way this looks on my skin in the summertime, or just in general. Whenever I want that glow from within, my skin looks just amazing. And I didn't really try too much look. I go for this foundation. It's absolutely stunning, amazing, wonderful. And you can actually get it at Sephora now. When I bought mine, I think I had to buy it at Nordstrom's or Bloomingdale's. It was one of the department stores I had to buy that in order to get it. But I am so glad I made the decision to get it, because I originally wasn't going to buy it, and I had told you all I wasn't. But I got curious, because we know I live for a complexion product, which is why we almost 10 minutes in just talking about complexion products, because I love them that much. Next, I have Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Foundation. I wear the shade 14 Neutral, if anyone was curious. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of this, because you can see the little bubbles going down in it. But I really love this. I do mix this in with her Airbrush Flawless Filter samples that I got a while ago, and I wear the shade 13 Neutral in those. But the combination of those is amazing, because I get the coverage that I want with that one, and then I get the finish that I want with this one. So it's a perfect combination, because the original one, the Airbrush Flawless Filter, I feel like that was a little too thick for my liking. But when you mix this in, it thins it out, but you still get the coverage from that one, and then you get the skin like finish from this one. So I've been using this a lot with that one, but since it's a glowy product and I have used it on its own before, and I do think it'll work out fine, I just have to use a little bit more concealer. It is a beautiful product, and it has skincare benefits in it as well, so I really like that one. That's one with skincare benefits I actually do like. Next, I have, of course, y'all know the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation was going to be in here, and I don't even like serum foundations. The funny thing is I'm wearing my serum foundation now, but this is which one is this? It's shade 18G. I really love this foundation for just everyday wear. Like, if I could use this every day and not really use too many of my other foundations, I definitely would. Between the new foundations that have come out, I've been like trying to rotate between all three of those, but I have gone back and used some of my old gems that I really like this week I was using Born This Way, the original with the matte one on my skin, and I like the way that looks as well. So I'll mix a foundation cocktail and make it work for me, but this one I just like to use on its own, and just use a high coverage concealer to help with the dark spots and hyperpigmentation I have going on in the areas on my cheeks. But this foundation is amazing. I think it is just wonderful, and I love the fact that it's refillable, because if you all didn't know, you can twist the top off and then you can just buy the refill for this. So I thought that was genius of her as well. Now the only thing I don't like is like the cap is going to be this color, and then like the refill is white. So I don't know why she didn't have the refill the same color as that, but you know, whatever. I'm in my business, you know. Let's get into the last one that isn't luxury, is high-end, and then we'll get into the rest, because the rest are luxury, because we know I'm a high-maintenance type of lady. Next, I have the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I wear the shade 4Y60. It used to be the shade Y503. I normally wear the shade Y505, but I just ended up getting this shade once I went in store and saw that the foundation oxidized. So I'm so glad I got to go in store and buy it. I ended up having to return the shades I bought online later on because they did not match me. But I gave y'all swatches in the video where I did this one. If you need any help, you can look up the video. And the funny thing is, I normally don't like Makeup Forever's HD line. Like, I didn't like the Ultra HD they came out with. I like the matte one, okay, but this one blows that one out the water. This is the best foundation they have ever come out with, in my personal opinion, out of all the foundations I've tried from them. And this is the third one I've tried from them, so I guess it is third time's a charm, at least for their foundations when it comes to me. This looks so much like skin. It feels like you don't have anything on your face. It's just a beautifully made product, and I am so glad they came out with it. Now I have their Guerlain, what is this, Natural Glow Foundation. 16-hour wear with sunscreen, broad spectrum SPF 20. I wear the shade 055 Warm. This is one I told you I had originally bought and it was expired, but it hasn't broken out my face out. It hasn't done any damage to it, so I went ahead and kept it, and I have used it on and off sometimes. It's a beautiful product. It looks really nice on the skin. I will say I'm not a fan of the packaging, and I wish they had came out with the matte one to Sephora like I was hoping for. I ended up buying this, I think, at Nordstrom's or Neiman Marcus or someone during the sale, but you know, it's a beautiful product, and if they come out with the matte one or the natural matte one, I will go ahead and buy that one too. But I wasn't gonna go to Selfridges and buy it, or like go out of my way to Coat Beauty or somewhere to go out and find this product. So this one was conveniently located. I'm glad I tried it, and the formula is beautiful. It's just I wish they hadn't sent me an expired one. Next, I'm going to talk about my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Now, to me, this is a cult classic product that I just absolutely love, and you know, I'm glad to have in my collection. So I wear the shade 11.75 in the foundation, and of course I had to put the matching concealer in here because it's fire, and I wear the shade 8.75 in the matching concealer. So these together are great. I usually use this to highlight my face though, and then underneath the eyes I actually use this Power Fabric concealer because I feel like that one gives more coverage, and since it says it's luminous, obviously it's going to be luminous and it's not going to give as much coverage, or at least in my opinion it doesn't give as much coverage as the Power Fabric does. So that's the one I go ahead and use. But these together are absolutely stunning. I love this foundation. This is one of my go-tos when I have a night out on the time and I want to look fabulous. That's one of my OG go-to classic foundations. So yes, girl, I'm here for it. But I have some new ones as well, like this what's this, Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Soft Radiant Foundation, Broad Spectrum SPF 50. I have the shade 10 Chestnut. I love this foundation. The only thing is they already have a dupe for it in the Estee Lauder's brand. Like, if you have the Estee Lauder Hydra Rescue, the late great Mel Thompson actually did a review comparing both of them and said that they were exactly the same. I've done the video as well if anyone was curious. But this is the same as the Estee Lauder one, and the Estee Lauder one, and I think it's like maybe 40 bucks, and this one is 150. I bought this at the company cosmetic store for 70% off, and that's the only reason it's in my collection, because absolutely not. If I can find one that was cheaper, I'm of course going to use that. So this is amazing. If you can get it at the company cosmetic store, I would say get it. But that's the only reason I have it in my collection, because it's outrageous. Now, the concealer, on the other hand, I'm hoping I can get from the company cosmetic store, because I bought this regular price because Morgan Turner kept raving about it, and I was on vacation and I felt bougie and important, and I ended up going into a Nordstrom store, and that's where I found it and got to swatch it and try the formula on it, and it was absolutely amazing. So I went ahead and got it. This is the Shade and Illuminate Concealer. I have the shade 5WO, which is 5 Warm Olive Tan. This stuff is amazing. It looks great on the skin. It is illuminating. It's brightening. The formula is beautiful. It blends out easily. It looks stunning on your skin. The only thing is, it is high as I don't know what. Like, $90 for concealer is outrageous. I mean, what I was thinking, other than I was on vacation and that I could just treat myself. But I want to find this at a company cosmetic store, but there's none close to me, so I'm just sad. Yeah, I'm just sad. Because once I use that up, I know I won't be able to get it again. Unless it goes for a great deal. Or it goes on a company cosmetics website. Which I doubt it will, because I haven't seen any of the Tom Ford on their website. I've seen like Too Faced and MAC and stuff like that, but none of that. Okay, the next concealer I have is Born to Glow. Sorry, the first concealer I have is Born to Glow. That's affordable. Like I told you all, unfortunately this is discontinued. I have the shade Golden, and I think I have a shade called Golden Tan as well, or Golden Deep. I'm not exactly sure, but this concealer is really nice. It's a lightweight consistency. It doesn't give that much coverage though. That's the only downside to it. I would kind of compare it to the serum one that they just came out with, and the little tube where you have to squeeze like the MAC one. I feel like it's comparable to that, and I'm assuming that's why they got rid of that one, because if they were going to have one that was close enough to that one, there was no point of having both, so they just got rid of that one because it's a sponge applicator. But I still rather have the sponge applicator than the tube that they have like MAC. I don't know what's going on with that, but to me those are comparable, and that one actually gives a little bit more coverage than this one does in my personal opinion. As you can see, my Kosas concealer is well loved. I bought this because Kathleen Lights was talking about it. I wear the shade 8 in this concealer. This is definitely one of my go-to summer products, and I might have to buy a new one during the sale because I have used so much up. Like, look at it, y'all. I think it's like down to here, and I don't usually use stuff up like that, but you can see it's like down there because I really love this product. Okay, y'all, so we're gonna get into my powders and my setting sprays, and then we'll move on to blush, bronzer, and highlighter. Told y'all this is gonna be a long video. Child, I'm just over here like, Lord Jesus, what? Next, I have the Say Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder. I have the shade Translucent Medium. I was looking at this at first, but I didn't buy it, and then Tina's Fancy Face was talking about how wonderful it was, and she was talking about how it wasn't glittery like I thought it was going to be underneath the eyes. She said it had like a satin finish, kind of like what you see underneath my eyes now. This isn't what's underneath my eyes, but it does have a satin finish like that, so I was like, say less, Tina, say less. Now I need to buy it, and then the sale was coming up too, so I ended up buying it. A couple of things you'll see in here is Tina the Fancy Face's fault. I bought them because she said they were good, and during the sale, since it was still going on, I went ahead and bought them. This was the spring sale, of course, because we haven't gotten to the fall one that comes in August, and then the one that comes in November on my birthday. Next, I have the, what is this? The Glowish Luminous Pressed Powder in the shade Extra Tan. Now, this does have a little bit of a sheen to it. I don't feel like it has a glittery sheen to it, but it does have a sheen. But I really love this product in the summertime as well. Like, I'll set the places where I highlighted my face with this. Sometimes I'll set underneath my eyes too, because I don't feel like it has that glittery effect just like the Say one doesn't. So this is a good product for that if you're into more pressed powders than you are loose powders. I like to use pressed powders in the summertime, so in the summertime I'll be mainly probably using this and some other pressed ones, and then in the wintertime I don't mind using loose powders in. I don't know why, that's just a thing with me. In the summer, I guess I feel like I want to get out as quickly as possible and like go exploring, because summer is the shortest time of the year here in Chicago. So when I can just press the powder in as opposed to like having to deal with a loose powder, I choose that every time. Last powder I have to talk about is the Dior Professional Performance Perfecting Translucent Powder Natural Radiant Blur Effect All Day Matte Finish. I wear the shade 6 Neutral in Dior Backstage products. So the foundation I wear 6 Neutral. This powder I wear 6 Neutral. As you can see, it has a nice little dip in it because this is a powder I like to use a lot again. When I want a glowy effect to the skin, I'll reach for this one to put on my face, and then I'll reach for the Huda Beauty one to put underneath the eyes, and then it gives me a nice glow effect all around, along with the glowy foundations and things I've used. And then I'll just use really like a mattifying setting spray that like holds the face together to make it last throughout the day, like I did today. I actually have the LYS Serum Foundation and the Triple Fix Brightening Concealer on. I was, I'm trying to remember what shades I wear in those. They're in the bathroom, so I couldn't tell you. I actually meant to put those in here, but I ran off and left them in the bathroom, and we're kind of late on that part. But I did just tell you about them, so they're products you can include in this video, and those are the ones you actually see on my face right now. So next, I have my Tatcha The Silk Powder. I actually didn't like this when I first got it, like a lot of people, but I found a way I like to use this. So what I'll do is I'll just use it on the places I highlighted my face, because it does have like a kind of a glittery a satin effect to it, so it's not good for underneath your eyes and around here where you have pore texture. But I like to use it on the points where I highlight concealer on my face, so I'll put it in this area and down the middle of my T-zone, if you will, to highlight and set those places, so naturally I have a glow from within type look there. But you know, that's just me. If you already have the powder and you didn't want to declutter it because you love Tatcha, that's the way I feel like you can use it. Speaking of Tatcha, we'll just get this one out the way. So the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I preferred the satin one, but the stopper kept clogging up on it, and so we ended up having to, I guess, discontinue it because the formula didn't go well with the bottling that they normally like to use. But this is the OG classic one everybody likes to use. To me, this is good to sink product into your skin, or it's just good to give you a glow all over after you get your skincare done if you're going out the door and you want to have that glow from within. So this can be used as skincare, or it can be used as a settings or a setting, I guess, mist it would be called, to just set down the powders in your face. That's what I use this for, and that's what I'm going to use it for this summer over here. Next, y'all know I couldn't go out talking about my Patrick Ta for face She's Thirsty spray. I love this spray. I think it's a wonderful addition to my collection. It definitely sets down the makeup really nicely. Now, I mean, do you need it? No. But since I have it, I'm going to use it. To me, this isn't necessarily a necessary product, because I feel like the Luminous setting spray from L'Oreal does the same thing as this does, and it has a similar formula in my personal opinion, and you can buy it at Walmart for like 10 bucks. So I would say get that over this, but that's just my personal opinion. But since I had it, I figured I'd show it to you as one that I am going to keep. This little last one I have to talk about, the OG Max Fix Plus. Now this is the one that's lavender, but the thing is, it doesn't smell like lavender, because I don't like the smell of lavender, and I would not own this product if it did smell like lavender. So I can tell you this does not smell like lavender, and that's why I like it. I have a whole bunch of different MAC Plus though. I have the original one, I have the Cherry Blossom one, and I have this one. So I have 3 different sets of MAC Fix Plus. I absolutely love this stuff as well. I'm trying to remember if I brought this one from home or if I have it over here. So now I have to check and see before I take it back to my house, and then I don't need it there. I think I'm gonna just throw it in the bag, and then if it's not, I have to come back later to film some more videos, so it will come back with me if it's not. But yeah, y'all know that's a classic OG product that we all have to have. Okay, now we're gonna move into the blushes. I'm almost at the end, I swear. So I have the Glowish by Huda Beauty in Charming Cherry. This was a unique product to me. It's more of a satiny, glowy type blush, and to me it was a shade I feel like was unique to my collection that I didn't have, so that's why I went ahead and bought this. I really like it. I want to get some more shades, but she didn't have that many more shades that work for me. It's only like a berry tone one, and how many berry tone blushes do I need? Even though I do like the finish, but Mother just came out with blushes that have a similar finish, so we know I'm gonna go with Mother's over that. So until she comes out with some more unique shades that work for my skin tone, like I like her to have a peachy one that actually works for people my skin tone, because the peachy one she has right now ain't doing it for anybody my skin tone, but you know, that's cute. I have the Nobler ones, so I have the shade, what is this, Lola, and the shade Independence. I really like the shade Adults Only. That's the red one that's supposed to be similar to the Fenty one, but these are the 2 I had at home, and I forgot that that one was here, or else I wouldn't have had to pack these. But here we are. This is a more mauve tone, shimmery type blush that I like, and then this one seems to be a more corally tone shimmery brush. So these could be blush toppers, or they can just be blushes. I just use them as blushes on their own, because I feel like they have enough pigmentation in them to where they look nice as blushes, and they will work out nicely for me. So those are 2 I have. The next blush I have to talk about, I blame to the Fancy Face for. This is from Valentino. This is the shade number 5. It doesn't have the actual shade name on here. I don't know why they didn't do that, but look, it's just a stunning shade. Again, a shade that is unique to my collection. I don't feel like I have lots of shades like this. I only have this one and the cherry one that I just showed you from Huda, that I think looks similar to these shades. The rest of my shades are either really berry toned, or I try to get like pinkish tone ones or peachy tone ones. So these were the ones that were unique to me. And then Paradise Venus, which is the one I like to use when I don't know what to use. The last 2 blushes I have to talk about are the glowy blushes from Dior. So I have the pink one and I have the coral one. I was more excited about getting the coral one than the pink one, but I like to mix the pink one with Poppy Pink from what's his name, Makeup by Mario. These are gorgeous products. Just don't be deceived by the packaging, because as you can see, this is much lighter in the pan than it is. Same with this one, so just keep that in mind when you're buying these. But I like the coral one way better than I like the pink one. Moving on to highlighter. Okay, y'all, so sorry, moving on to bronzer, and then we'll do highlighter. I don't have any bronzer, so it shouldn't take that long. I'm gonna start off with the cream one that I have to talk about. So of course y'all know the Tower 28 Bronzino Best Coast Scenario is gonna be in here. Look how much I have used this. Like, it looks sloppy and dirty and gross, but because I really like to use it in the summertime. And then I'll show you the bronzer I like to put on top of this. But this is just a beautiful product. It sits on the skin really nicely. Sometimes it feels a little goopy if you put too much on, so you need to use it sparingly. So that's something you definitely need to keep in mind. And then I have the Kosas Warm Dark Bronze in the shade Deep. It's made in Italy. It's a beautiful product. I know the Fancy Face is talking about the way it smells. It doesn't have a pleasant smell to it. I won't lie and say it does, but I feel it looks beautiful when you put it with the Tower 28. So I keep both of those here along with the Kosas foundation and concealer for when I want to have a cute little Kosas moment, because all those products work together beautifully, as they should, because they were, I'm assuming, made to work together. The next bronzer I have to talk about is the Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect Bronzing Powder from Nabla in the shade Profile. This is the deepest one they have so far. As you can see, I love mine because the name is starting to rub off because I've used it so much. This is a gorgeous product. This is like that Gelée Baked type bronzer. So if you like Gelée Baked type bronzers, it gives me the vibe of the Charlotte Tilbury one, but not the same price, and it's not cream and powder like that one is. This one is just more of a powdery finish. It's like Gelée Baked powdery finish, and when you put it on, it just looks stunning on the skin. So if you were looking to get one that's similar to the Charlotte Tilbury one, in my personal opinion, this one is. Now, it doesn't give as much pigmentation as that one does, so I feel like with this one you have to build it up a little bit more than you have to do with Charlotte. But again, Charlotte's charging you like 56 bucks, so you know, you shouldn't have to build up anything. You should be able to put it on and go on with your life, and she made sure you could for that price point. But for the Nabla price point, which I think is like $20 something, you will have to build it up a little bit, but I think it's personally worth it, and I'm glad I have it in my collection. The last one I have to talk about is the Glowish Soft Radiant Bronzing Powder in the shade Rich, number 5. This is the deepest shade this comes in, and that's my problem with this product. Otherwise, it's gorgeous. It looks nice on the skin. I've heard some people say it was patchy. I didn't have an issue with it being patchy. I thought it just gave a nice soft radiance to the skin. It's just quite red, so this is the only time of year I would most likely use it. I don't like red bronzer in the wintertime, if I told you all that. And again, summer's the shortest thing here in Chicago, so I'm, you know, going to try to use it as much as I can in summertime. That's the only thing that sucks about bronzers, since everybody thinks that people my skin tone only want red bronzers. A lot of times I have to try to rotate between a lot of different products in order to use them in a timely fashion for the short time the summer is here. But, you know, as my mom likes to say, it is what it is. So I just rotate between them as I can, as often as I can, and, you know, go from there. Next, I'm going to do highlighters, and then we will end with the lips. So hopefully I can get through all these highlighters, and then we hit the lips, and then I can just edit all this, because it looks like it's going to be like 35 minutes. So the first highlighter I have is the Pillow Talk Multi Glow Beautifying All Over Glow Highlighter. I have the shade Dreamlight. I really love this highlighter. I like to put all the shades together and just give me like this peachyish bronzish type shade. And this looks stunning on the skin. I mean, it looks like kind of like what I got on now. It's wet, except it's more my skin tone friendly. To me, this looks a little ashy, but I'm okay with it for today. I felt like it went with the vibe of the eye look that I was doing, so, you know, we went with it. But this product is beautiful. I got it during this Sephora sale this spring, and I'm so glad that I did. I do not regret it. It is a stunning product. Next, I have Natasha Denona's I Need a Glow. I Need a Nude Glow. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like this, but I like this Gelée Baked formula. I mean, it is subtle on the skin, so when I want to have a subtle moment, or when I'm rushing out the door and I don't do a exciting eye, I need a highlighter to match that. So I feel like this is a good highlighter to match that, and that's why I'm fine with the way it is. Her other highlighters seem to blend in the skin a little bit better and seem to have a little smoother of a formula. So I don't know if she's just doing what she always does and experimenting with this like she does with the eyeshadows, and that's why this is, you know, the way it is. But I like it just fine. I liked it well enough to keep it, and we will be showing it some more. Now, y'all know Mother Mother's highlighters are going to be in here. She has hit her highlighter formula after she came out with the Divine Rose, and then the was the Golden Nectar for the blush collection. After she did the one for the blush collection, I feel like all her highlighters have been fabulous. So I don't know what's going on with that first hockey puck situation, but, you know, I'm glad she fixed that, because it was not what it was. This is Lunar Nude. This is the one I just felt like bringing with me, so that's the one I grabbed. I feel like this is the one that would suit a lot of skin tones. It has like that classic champagne gold type look to it, but it works for lots of different skin tones, and somewhat similar to the Natasha Denona one, so you can pick between the two. I personally would pick this one because I feel like it gives just a little bit more shine than the Natasha Denona one does, and it's not as baked in as hard as the Natasha Denona one is. That's just my personal opinion, but I don't think you can get this one anymore, but you can still get Golden Nectar, and she came out with some other new ones with the new blushes that came out for limited edition. Next, I have the Hermes highlighter. Of course, y'all know this is going to be in here. As much as it costs me, I try to put it in every video I can, try to use it as often as possible. This is the shade Perma Brass. As you can see, I've been using mine because I don't know if y'all see, but it's wearing off the little horse and carriage that sat up there at the top. That's part of the emblem that was on the box. has worn off because I have used mine quite a bit because this thing was expensive and I am going to use it. I will probably be using it more over the summer. It has that classic perfumey smell that, you know, Hermes likes to put on everything. And like I said, I don't know if it was necessarily worth the price I paid for it, but because I have it, we don't use it a lot. Like, I try to use it pretty often. I try to use a lot of my expensive stuff more often than I do my drugstore and high-end stuff, because since I paid the biggest bucks for those, that's how much I, you know, need to use it quite a bit. Next, I have the Huda Beauty Rich Glow Obsessions palette. This was actually, I think, 50% off on her website recently. All three of them. These are just like the Super Shock putty highlighters that they just came out with in the Opal collection. I feel like these are similar to that in my personal opinion. Now, I haven't personally tried those, but I've tried the palettes that they had like this in the past with that in it, and that's what the formula reminds me of. So these are just like high-end versions of the Super Shock shadows, and I think these are like 28 bucks or something like that, and I think that's kind of high for, you know, this, but that's just my personal opinion. You know, if you want to try it out, then that's fine, because it's, like I said last time I checked, it was $14.50, and to me it's definitely worth $14.50 because it looks gorgeous on the skin and it's gorgeous for someone my skin tone. And I will be using it over the summer since I paid for it. The last highlighter I have to talk about is, of course, the new, what is these? The Toasted Swirl Bronze Shimmer Powder. Now, I know they're calling this Bronze Shimmer Powder. I wouldn't dare use this as a bronzer. I brought the shade Chocolate Swirl with me, which is supposed to be for lighter skin tones, because I've been using the crap out of the Pecan Swirler. So that's why I haven't, that's why I didn't want to bring it with me, because I didn't want to forget and leave it here. And I knew I was going to leave this stuff here to the weekend, and I couldn't be without it. That's how much I like the Pecan one. So the chocolate one is here. I think I'll leave it here for the summertime just so we can speak on it. The last thing I have is lips. So y'all know I recently did my current favorites video, and I've still been loving these Mented Beauty lipsticks and lip oils. And like I told y'all in that video, I'm not a lip oil girl by any means, but I am here for their lip oil. So I have the shade Au Natural and Taupe. I love the Taupe one. That's the one I originally got when they sent me PR the first time, and then I went ahead and got Au Natural the last time they sent me PR, just because I love this one so much. I was like, yes, I can put both of these on now. And since these are quite pigmented and the formula is really nice on the lips, it feels really hydrating and makes the lips look nice and smooth. And then I got some lipsticks to match them. So I have Slip and Millennial. Millennial is more of a pinkish shade, so it matches the Au Natural one I just got, and that was the one I wore in the video for you all with my current favorites. And then I have Slip, which matches the Taupe one a little bit better, which I actually have not used yet. I used the Taupe lipstick, the Taupe lip oil a lot, but I have not used this shade because I just got this one in when I got the Au Natural lip in. So I will definitely be using that soon. But I'm trying to test out the Rare Beauty lipsticks right now, so that's why I didn't use it. Otherwise, I would probably be wearing that one right now, because I feel like that one will go better with the eye that I have on right now. I like to put taupey-ish type shades when I do blue, greens, and purple sometimes. But again, we're testing out Rare Beauty, so that's why I couldn't. Next, I have a drugstore one. I actually have a couple of drugstore ones. So I have the Lifter glosses from Maybelline. The shades I'm holding are Gold and Sun. These are just the two that was closest out available for me to put in the bag to show you. But I love these lip glosses just as much as I love my Fenty ones, and these are more affordable than my Fenty ones. So I'm just over here like, yes, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, girl. Yes, give it to me. So I'm interested to see what new shades they're gonna come out with, because I want them to come out with some more shades. Fenty been coming out with a whole bunch of different shades, so I'm like, maybe they need to come out with some more different shades too, since they like to dupe the Fenty ones anyway. Just dupe some of the Fenty shades so that way I can do like a battle of love and compare some stuff. I don't know, but I'm gonna need y'all to, you know, come out with some more, because they're absolutely stunning, and I will be rocking them for summer when I don't have to wear that. Second to last are these So Glassy lip glosses from ColourPop. I have the shade Lucid Dreams and Epiphany. So this is Epiphany and this is Lucid Dreams. These have like, this one has like gold and blue sparkles in it, and this one just has more traditional gold and silver sparkles in them. I really like both these glosses. The formula on this is actually pretty nice. I didn't know what to expect, because I know they have different gloss formulas and they've been changing stuff, but I really like the formula on these, and I'm going to get all the ones that came in the new collection as soon as they go on sale, along with the purple eyeshadow palette. But I've been calming down on buying ColourPop regular price just because I'm like, if it's something I don't really reach for that often and they're higher end things that are going to come out, I'd rather just buy those. But I am definitely intrigued by that palette and I want to get it very badly. The last one I have to talk about, of course, y'all knew Fenty gloss bombs are going to be in here. I'm just showing you the clear one, but I plan on using the cream ones, the clear ones. I might use the heat ones. Those are the ones I'm not really super excited about, but I'm not one who really cares about lip plumping, so that's probably why I don't really care too much. But I'm gonna use all my Fenty glosses over the summer. That's why I'm so happy, like, it's calming down with masking and all that, because I'm like, I miss using my lip glosses. I was never really huge on lipsticks. I was always more like, I'll use a lipstick, but I want to put a highly pigmented lip gloss on top. So now the world's slowly, hopefully coming back to the new normal, I can go ahead and wear my lip glosses. So those are all the things I had to talk about with you all, of all my glowy products that I'm going to be using this summer. You can let me know down below if you own any of these or what your favorite glowy products were that I showed. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.